Today, I want to talk about understanding altcoin season and what to expect next. Okay, so it's beneficial for those who are very interested in cryptocurrency. Now, to give you an idea what altcoin season is all about, the altcoin season is one of the most anticipated phases of the crypto market when a broad rotation of capital away from Bitcoin and into alternative current cryptocurrencies occur. Prices of non-Bitcoin coins often soar. Now, in late 2024 and early 2025, many traders watch the so-called altcoin season indicator, a metric that tracks how many top 100 coins outperform Bitcoin climb above 80. Now, despite this high reading, many smaller coins barely budge this time around. The episode demonstrated that the popular index can be a lagging and unreliable signal. So if you wait for it to cross a threshold, you likely enter after the easy gains has passed, missing all the big meats, okay? So in this write-up, we define altcoin season, explore more reliable ways to track it, discuss when it might return, and explain why the next cycle will likely be different from the previous ones. Okay, so what is the altcoin season? Now, during altcoin season, investors rotate from Bitcoin into other cryptocurrencies. This broad shift of capital typically result in a rapid rise in the prices of most altcoins, often over just a few weeks or months. Now, the phenomenon arises because Bitcoin usually leads a bull market. After Bitcoin prices surge and stabilize, some traders seek higher potential returns in smaller coins. Now, the combination of lower Bitcoin dominance and speculative enthusiasm creates a feedback loop. As more alts rally, fear of missing out encourages additional buying and pushes prices even higher. Now, historically, there have been several memorable alt seasons. In 2017 to 2018, Bitcoin market share fell from over 86% to 39%, coinciding with a boom in initial coin offerings and large returns in Ethereum, Ripple, and many smaller tokens. Now, a second major altcoin season occurred in 2020-2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. An influx of retail capital, meme coin enthusiasm, and the growth of non-fungible tokens drove Bitcoin dominance down from 70% to 38%, while the altcoin season index reached 98 in April 2021. Now, this past cycle set expectations for how capital can quickly rotate away from Bitcoin and into alternative coins. So, how to keep track, of altcoin season, right? So, because the classic altcoin season index is backward looking, tracking other metrics often offers a better chance to identify an impending rotation. Several quantitative and qualitative indicators can help, and here they are. Now, the first is Bitcoin dominance trend. So Bitcoin dominance trend measures Bitcoin's share of total crypto market capitalization. A sustained decline suggests capital is moving into other coins. In 2025, Bitcoin dominance hovered around 58%, and analysts noted that alt season typically begins when this metric drops below the mid-50s. So in 2017, 2018, and 2020, 2021, Bitcoin dominance fell to the low of 40% range before altcoin rallies peak. So monitoring this Bitcoin dominance trend and looking for multiple weak downtrends can offer a timely signal. Next is the altcoin market cap growth, or you can check it out. The ticker is known as Total 2. So instead of focusing on a single index, examine the market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies except Bitcoin. Okay, that's known as Total 2. So when Total 2 grows faster than Bitcoin's cap during the bull market, it indicates widespread interest in altcoins. In early September 2025, the altcoin market's cap approached 1.69 trillion, and analysts argued that further gains towards 2.3 trillion would confirm that the rotation is underway. Okay. Next on the line is on-chain and liquidity metrics. Now, rising total value lock, or better known as TVL, in decentralized finance, surging transaction volumes and increasing capital flows into altcoins-linked exchange-traded funds point to growth engagement. Machine learning models and on-chain analytics dashboard can help identify when large wallets accumulate mid-cap tokens and when DeFi usage spikes. Institutional inflows into newly listed altcoins, ETF, and signs of whale accumulation often precede all these price rallies. Okay. Next is the macro environment and risk appetite. Alt-season typically flourish during risk-on environments when liquidity is abundant. Fed rate cuts or dovish guidance, expansion of the US M2 money supply, and optimistic macro outlooks all encourage investors to move further out the risk curve. By July 2025, the US M2 money supply reached a record of 22 trillion, its fastest growth in 18 months, which historically coincides with higher risk appetite and early altcoin rallies. So when macro headwinds such as high interest rates or geopolitical tensions ease, speculative assets like altcoins often benefit. Next is the investor's attention. Google search trends for terms like altcoins or crypto and social media sentiments can reveal growing in retail interest. In October 2025, analysts observed that Google searches for altcoin jumped 40 to 50% from late September. Such attention typically precedes capital inflows, especially when combined with strong trading volumes and positive news catalysts. And lastly is the leading altcoin breakouts. Early in alt season, a handful of large cap or sector leading coins tend to break out first. In 2025, names such as Ripple, Sui, and Chainlink showed relative strength. Watching for new all-time highs or strong uptrends in key altcoins can signal that capital is rotating out of Bitcoin into broader segments. Okay, but anyway, do take note that no single metric guarantees success. A composite approach, like waiting for at least 4 of the above indicators to align and persist for several weeks, can help confirm that altcoin season is underway. Relying solely on altcoin season index without cross-checking other data risks entering too late. Okay, so please take note of that. Now, next, when might the next altcoin season occur? Now, predicting the exact timing of altcoin season is challenging because it depends on both crypto-specific cycles and broader macro conditions. Historically, alt season have followed a sequence. Bitcoin rallies, Ethereum and other large cap rise, then mid caps and small caps enter parabolic phases. Now, several clues suggest that the next major alt season could emerge in late 2025 or early 2026. So, declining Bitcoin dominance in October 2025, analysts saw Bitcoin dominance slip below 59%, the lowest level since early 2024, while Google searches for altcoin search. Historically, altcoin rallies intensify when Bitcoin dominance fall towards the low 50% or high 40% range. Next is the macro catalyst lineup. The Fed cut rates by 25 basis points in September and signal more cuts could come in October and December, and the US M2 money supply growth accelerated. Now, analysts also expect regulatory milestones such as the approval of spot altcoins ETFs and passage of the US Clarity Act or SEC innovation exemptions to arrive between October 2025 and early 2026. Each of these events could draw significant institutional capital into altcoins. And we also see the accumulation patterns as well. The altcoin market cap has been in an extended consolidation phase since mid-2024. Coinpedia notes that this accumulation period is longer than those preceding the 2017 and 2021 rallies. A prolonged buildup of capital often precedes explosive moves when buyers finally step in. And we also have the retail attention building. Search interest and social media chatter around altcoins have risen sharply since September 2025. indicating renewed curiosity and the potential for a speculative wave. Okay? So, given these factors, many analysts project that Altseason could fully materialize sometime between October 2025 and February 2026, though the precise timing depends on macro conditions and whether Bitcoin continues to hold its ground. So if the crypto cycle extends beyond early 2026, the rotation might be delayed. If rate cuts and regulatory catalysts arrive sooner, Altseason could begin earlier. Investors should track the indicators above rather than wait for a single date. So I think also important, we should also investigate will the next altcoin season be bigger or smaller than the past ones. Now, comparing altcoin season is complex because market capitalization has grown dramatically since 2017. The 2025 cycle could eclipse previous ones in nominal terms. Some analysts predict the altcoin market cap could reach 15 trillion, more than 20 times larger than current levels. This projection is based on accelerating money supply growth, institutional adoption, tokenization of real-world assets, and an expanding DeFi ecosystem. High liquidity and macro support means that large-cap altcoins like Ethereum and Solana could set new all-time highs. However, the breadth of the rallies may be narrower. Although this Altseason will likely be bigger in dollar terms, it would not be as broad. Okay? Capital will concentrate in fewer coins because crypto market is maturing and large investors struggle to deploy meaningful sums into microcap tokens without causing significant price impact. So this means traders should be selective. Focus on projects with strong fundamentals, clear use cases, and institutional interest rather than chasing every small cap. Okay? So hopefully that clears and gives you a better understanding of the altcoin season. And with that, that's the fundamental report for today.